Hi, my name is Marc from jazzguitarlessons.net, and here's another quickie answer video right in my living room right here. No setup, no nothing. I just wanted to answer a question about flat 9 chords, specifically suspended flat 9 chords. So there's a page on the website where I discuss how to build chords. We start with nothing, major sevenths, minor sevenths. And at some point, there's a technique that's outlined by one of my first teachers, Michael Berard, in his book Jazz Guitar Elements. And he says, to find extensions on the chord, just put 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, but make sure that by adding, say, an 11th, you don't get a flat 9 sound. Okay, so that's the question by the visitor on the website here. It says, well, you're saying you shouldn't add a flat 9, but there's such a chord as suspended flat 9. So of course we allow a lot of dissonance and of weird tones on dominant chords because they dominate. That's what Barry Harris says, but also they will resolve. When you have a 5, a dominant chord, it will resolve back to some sort of a 1 usually. So that's why we can really, bring up the heat and put weird notes in it. So let's talk about this chord. The whole video, I'm trying to be quick. I'll just give you a few tips. Will be on A7. So, this, but, or A13 at the 5th fret here. The sound of the suspended flat 9 chord sounds something like this. I'll show you 3 ways you can think about it, basically. The first thing is, before I give you ways to think about it, check out the tune Think On Me by George K. Bulls, I think. Anyways, I don't have the copyright, so I can't play the tune, right? Just check it out. It's a great jazz composition, and it alternates between 2 chords, and one of which is a suspended flat 9 type of chord. Or it's like triad over bass note, and it gives this weird texture. So first thing I want to tell you is, if you played this, let me give you the fingering. Open A, 8th fret on the 4th string, it's a B flat, a D, the 7th fret on the 3rd string, then the 5th fret on the last 2 strings here. If you move this note, this is just a flat 9. So this is A7 flat 9, this is A7 suspended flat 9. The first thing you want to think about is this is Phrygian. So it sounds like this type of Arabic Middle Eastern sound, which is a 3rd mode of the major scale. So basically you do this and you think in F major. So this can be good if sometimes someone tells you, oh, we have this Phrygian vamp, right? Although now it's not resolving to any 1 chord. So what you could do is do something like this. Down to D minor. So your aim is to take that A7 flat 9 suspended and kind of resolve it down to D minor. So that's the first thing. Phrygian as a dominant chord or as a static vamp. The second way you can think about it is as the 2nd mode of the melodic minor scale, right? So if you say G melodic minor, 2nd mode is A. It's like Dorian flat 9. It's a name that doesn't really work, in my own opinion, but it's still the same. It's still almost all the same notes. So it's somewhat of a different sound, but this is the scale you can get it from. I don't really like this idea, although it works. And what you want to do is, instead of using this fingering here, you can just play a G minor triad. G, B flat, B, G minor, but you play it over an A bass. I really case, that's one way to see it. So you can use both of the chords that we saw earlier. You can do this. Right? Cool. So that's where it comes from. People, they will tell you suspended flat 9. Yeah, I think second mode melodic minor. You know, you make your own idea about that. You can say, no, it's Phrygian, no, it's this, it's that. It's everything all at once. It depends on what notes are sounding, right? It depends on what is the context. And lastly, I will leave you with my personal little tip in playing on this type of sound, and it's very triadic. So you think of this. You think of A root, and you think of a B flat major triad. Or a B flat major triad with the flat 5, which is what we saw earlier anyways, right? But in this way, it's like you think a half step up Lydian. This is just way too much theory, I'm sorry. But anyways, the idea is there is that you still get the F major sound. Right? But you can think of it as a triad, and then you can do things like this or this, or it's all the same. It's like G minor triad, B flat major triad, Phrygian-ish sound. There's this flat 9, but we still have that is not resolved. So in any case, I hope it answers your question. It lives, this chord lives either as a Phrygian mode or as a second mode melodic minor. You can use it on dominants, you can use it on static vamps, you can still ingrain this with a regular 2-5-1 in minor and kind of use your 7 flat 9 as a suspended, then resolve the suspension. It's really all up to you. So I hope it answers your question. I hope you all have a nice day, and this is Marc from jazzguitarlessons.net. Improve your jazz guitar playing with a real teacher. See you next time.